Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
We are following breaking news live from Green Oak Township in Livingston County, where there was a large police presence at the Village Place Mall.
Yeah, you're looking live at the scene. Michigan State Police telling us they are investigating a shooting on the property. Right now, MSP says there's no threat to the public. It's unclear if anybody was shot or if police were involved. We're asking for more information, and as soon as we get it, we'll bring it to you. Our other big story tonight, dramatic changes coming in our weather forecast.
These mild January temperatures we keep talking about and have enjoyed for the most part going away. Kim Adams here with a forewarned forecast. Kim.
And going away quickly. We'll have temperatures tomorrow in the 30s, but wind chills will be in the teens. Tonight, we're watching just a few areas of drizzle and freezing drizzle. I'm going to zoom in here for you. This just developed over Oxford. It's very light snow there, but then you go to Almont and there's a bit of a mix. So the roads are wet because we've had that light drizzle, and temperatures in some spots have dipped just below freezing or right at freezing, but the ground is still pretty warm because we have had such mild weather. So we're not expecting widespread concern. The only concern really would be north of M59 for a little freezing drizzle here over the next couple of hours, and then some light snow from Port Huron up into the Thumb through the day tomorrow. But we are keeping a very close eye on those temperatures. 32 in Pontiac, 32 in Lapeer, still above freezing in Mount Clemens, and 36 out at City Airport. So the weather story, a little light drizzle, freezing drizzle north of M59, and then a few flurries through the day tomorrow, but it's the cold weather and the wind that everyone's going to be talking about, and I'll talk more about it coming up in a few minutes. But if you want to keep track of all this crazy weather we're having here in Metro Detroit, it's a changing pattern every single day. Just download the Forewarned Weather app. You go to your favorite app store, type in WDIV. The Forewarned Weather app is free.
Okay, Kim, the attorneys for a former Grand Rapids police officer charged with second-degree murder are asking the court to throw out the case.
Christopher Scher's trial is set for March after he shot and killed Leoya during a traffic stop last spring. Jacqueline Francis is followed that story from the beginning. She's now live with these latest developments. Jacqueline.
Devin and Kimberly, 2 months out from trial, and the defense is arguing that this case has no business going before a jury. They say that the former officer acted in self-defense and that police have the right to use deadly force in a situation like this one. As expected, attorneys for ex-police officer Christopher Scher are trying to get the case thrown out before it goes in front of a jury. The former Grand Rapids police officer shot and killed Patrick Leoya while struggling over a taser during a traffic stop last spring. Scher was fired and has been charged with second-degree murder. His attorneys now trying to put the brakes on the case, filing a motion this week for the charges to be dropped. In the filing, they argue Scher acted in self-defense and that Michigan law allows police officers to use deadly force to stop someone from fleeing while making an arrest. The defense also pointed to a lack of clarity in Michigan law about when officers should or should not use deadly force, writing, quote, "At present, it is ambiguous when a police officer may use force, including deadly force." During the struggle, Scher repeatedly told Leoya to drop the taser. Let go of the taser! This video was presented during a probable cause hearing in October. The district judge ultimately ruling there was sufficient evidence for the case to go before a jury, a decision the defense hopes to overturn. The Kent County Prosecutor's Office has 2 weeks to file a response to this motion to dismiss. They plan on doing just that. In the meantime, the jury trial is set to begin on March 13th. Reporting live tonight, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
We'll, of course, follow it then. All right, Jacqueline.
Singer Lisa Marie Presley, the only child of the late Elvis Presley and Priscilla Presley, has passed away after being rushed to the hospital earlier today. The 54-year-old Presley suffered a heart attack just 2 days after she made an appearance at the Golden Globe Awards. Her mother, Priscilla, confirmed the sad news shortly after reports surfaced of Lisa Marie's hospitalization. Presley was married 4 times. She had 4 children.
A special counsel investigation is focusing on President Biden's handling of classified documents from his time as vice president. Attorney General Merrick Garland today appointed Robert Hur, a U.S. attorney in Maryland, to investigate. The first documents were discovered back in November at an office building Biden used in the time between being vice president and then his 2020 run for the White House. But earlier today, the president acknowledged more documents were found in his personal library and in the garage of his home in Wilmington, Delaware.
People know I take classified documents and classified material seriously. The Department of Justice was immediately notified, and the lawyers arranged for the Department of Justice to take possession of the document. So we're going to see all this unfold. I'm confident. Thank you very much.
But I think Congress has to investigate this. Here's an individual that's been in office for more than 40 years. Here's an individual that sat on 60 Minutes that was so concerned about President Trump's documents locked in behind, and now we find it just as a vice president, keeping it for years out in the open in different locations.
The White House says they're confident the investigation will show the classified documents were, as they put it, inadvertently misplaced.
Democrats in Lansing introducing the first bills of the legislative sessions, and they involve your money. Meanwhile, state Republicans are set to introduce their own economic plan. Pamela Osborne joins us live with the latest on this. Pam.
Governor Whitmer says that she is ready to sign the bills that her party introduced, but Republicans, they have their own take on how to handle inflation.
We have a responsibility to provide relief from rising costs and to help the people of the state of Michigan keep the money that they earn in their pockets where it belongs.
Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist talking about their plan to make things a bit easier for Michigan families.
By boosting the working families tax credit here in Michigan, we will deliver on average at least $3,000 to 700,000 households in Michigan.
In addition to that, Democratic lawmakers say their legislation would lift 100,000 working families out of poverty. Republicans say their bill would increase the earned income tax credit from 6% to 20%, and it would be retroactive to January 1st, 2022. Both are proposing relief for Michigan seniors, too.
Our parents and grandparents who worked and saved and budgeted their whole lives had their retirement income taxed out of the blue.
The retirement tax went into effect in 2011. Governor Whitmer says their plan to roll them back will save 500,000 households $1,000 a year.
It was wrong then, and today we are in a position to make it right.
And when it comes to seniors over on the GOP side and what they are proposing, those 67 and up, they would have the opportunity to deduct $40,000 of all income from state income tax. Reporting live tonight in Detroit, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Okay, Pamela, thank you.
A Navy veteran from Lansing has been released from Russian custody. 35-year-old Taylor Dudley was in Poland for a music festival in April when he crossed into Russian territory. The Michigan native was detained by Russian Border Patrol. It was not publicized really at all because his family wanted negotiations for his release to stay private. That release was spearheaded by former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson. The U.S. says he was not released as part of a prisoner swap and that they are still working to get Novi's Paul Whelan out of Russia. In fact, Congresswoman Debbie Dingell put out a statement tonight, reading in part, "I am reaffirming my commitment to the release of Paul Whelan, who's been wrongly imprisoned in Russia for more than 4 years, and reassure his family he will not be forgotten." She goes on to say the successful release of Dudley strengthens our resolve to get Paul home, too.
Some good news regarding the local teenager badly injured by the explosion of a hairspray can while she was getting her hair done on Detroit's west side. 14-year-old Tanasia Brown was released from Children's Hospital today, still bandaged from the explosion that took away vision in one of her eyes and broke bones in her face. She and her mother went to DPD's 8th precinct to file a police report. They want charges against 2 people, the unlicensed stylist who placed the flammable hairspray can on a curling iron heater, and the owner of the clothing boutique that was allowing the stylist to operate there. City has shut down the store, but today we learned the stylist is still booking appointments. She posted on Instagram saying she's very sorry for what happened, but she still has to make ends meet. We'll continue to follow this story.